ball gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long-range jumper.
P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Chris Paul bring a dinner with a dish. D-Book on the corner with the swish. We the Valley, hating with the dump. Posterizing, now the crowd getting pumped. We the best, I ain't talking about Cali. Who's next? Never winning in the Valley. Can't wait for that championship rally. Send them home, send them back to Cali. Stand up if you're down for the Suns. Put a finger in the air, we number one. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans Podcast, Season 3, Episode 1. We're into a new season. Exciting. We've got the whole crew here. Back to the OGs. Hey, mate, how you going, brother?
I'm doing all right, Gav. How you going, mate?
Oh, super, buddy. Super. Good to see you here.
Excellent.
And,
How you staying there in the weather, mate? You're all good?
Actually, we've had some sunshine the last 24 hours.
I would have believed
and
that.
for the next 2 days, and then it rains for the rest of the week. So that's Melbourne.
Nice.
Nate, how you going, buddy? Welcome back. Love you.
Mate,
Miss
good to
you.
be back.
Great to
Appreciate you
great
having
to
me back.
see that you
Like I
could,
never left.
great to see that you could join us today. And this intro is perfect. Boyd, how you going, buddy?
Pretty bloody good, mate. My unfortunately, my iPhone studio is doing something funny with the sound, and I'm really struggling to hear you guys, and my hearing's not good to start with. So bear with me tonight.
Well, you also sound like shit. So whatever's going on, it's not normal, Boyd. Not happy.
Let me. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll see you
Don't
soon.
hurry.
Fuck off.
Thanks for the love, Sonia.
All right, lads. We'll jump straight into it. We've got a huge show tonight where so many things to touch on. First thing, preseason review, I suppose. I'm not going to talk about each of the games, individual games, anything like that. What I want from you guys is what one thing from the preseason stood out to you. What is your one take from the preseason? Hamo.
Mm-hmm.
My one take is we're not done. We're not done building. We're not done growing. Still up until the last minute, we were making roster changes. So, yeah, we've got our eye on the prize once again this season, but I think we're a bit clearer in our tunnel vision. So, yeah, that's my one takeaway so far. Oh, well, from the preseason is that, we're still working towards being the best that we can be, which is awesome.
Nate, one thing from preseason, what did you take away?
My preseason takeaway is Jock Itch. Jock Itch, as in Jock Landale. The love has increased. He showed everything during preseason that you were giving him shit that he wouldn't be, and he's proved it. So that is my preseason. The preseason was worth it just for the Jock Itch.
Boyd, one takeaway from the preseason, what is it?
It is the fact that we're running it back pretty much for the second time in a row. The flames to these guys now. The flame is Adam. It's starting to warm up a bit, and they've all got to cash in on that internal development. They've all got to take leaps, otherwise there could be some funky shit happening before the trade deadline.
And my takeaway is I owe Jock Landale an apology. I thought he'd be scrap minutes.
Fucking oath you do.
Repeatedly, I've said he'd be scrap minutes. Fact of the matter is, we've walked out of preseason, and Jock Landale is going to be our backup centre going into the season, and he is going to play decent minutes.
Love the Jock.
All for it, man. All for it. He's done well. Done very well.
So I'll cop it. Let's go season preview. We've done all of the Pacific, the Centrals, the everything, all of that sort of shit. Season preview. Let's talk about the Phoenix Suns roster review. What we'll do is, guys, I just want you to give me something that stands out to you that may happen on our roster this year. And I just spoke about Jock and the fact that he's going to be the backup center and probably play backup center minutes. But what stands out to you guys about the roster that we have now going into the season when we season opener this week against Dallas? Boyd, you can go first.
Well, we've still got a. What sticks out to me is our lack of playmaking off of the bench, and Jay Crowder. Ultimately, Jay Crowder, there not being any sort of closure on that whole situation. So, but yeah, I think, yeah. This is nothing like. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near the same as far as our bench unit come trade deadline. I think there's a big move coming. That's what I think.
Nate,
I'm really disappointed with the whole Jay Crowder thing. Like, it was the writing was on the wall.
Is that because you're bought a singlet?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I wear it to the pool. I wear it anywhere now. It doesn't matter. But I was reviewing the Dallas game, and I'm just thinking, I just want to see him on the court. Even if Cam goes back to the bench and Jay starts, I kind of miss it. I want to see that again because it feels like there's a piece that is walking out the door and we're not getting anything for it. Now, I know we haven't seen what that looks like yet, but we're starting the season what feels like a piece down, and like we're not going to get a full example of what's to come, and that's a little bit disappointing. But
definitely, well, we're definitely starting the season a piece down if he doesn't take the court. Simple, cut and dry. Hammer.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Exactly what you guys said. I'm looking forward to a few certain players stepping up this season. We'll get into that more later on. But yeah, the Crowder thing, it sucks, man. It'd be nice to have an answer before opening tip on opening night, but I don't think we will. Hopefully, we work in Shamet somewhere in the trade and fucking everything will be sweet.
Yeah, well, Landry's last game was dominant, so look out, he's ready. Landry's ready to roll.
Cool.
Interesting. It'll be an interesting start, and I think we spoke about it a few weeks ago. Our start to the season's tough. Like our first sort of 6-7 games, it's a tough start to the season. But in saying that, it's not a bad thing. We'll be able to see exactly where this roster sits after the first 2 weeks. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, guys, are we not all fucking super keen for tip-off come Thursday, our time?
Especially that first game.
Hell yes.
Oh, like I have had enough of no basketball. And preseason basketball, I mean, great, it was sort of there, but god damn, I can't wait till Thursday.
And just
sorry, Sonia just cracked me up.
I just guys, I've been sucked in with all this preseason shit, and I'm having a realization, a bit of a turnaround. Why am I getting excited about fucking so excited about Dwayne Washington and Timothy Naba, fucking Karobi,
well,
and
Timothy's been cut.
I know. But here's the thing, but I got excited about him. I got excited about fucking Saban Lee when he came on and had a lot of energy. I thought, oh, there's a Javon Carter prototype type guy, and then he's cut like 2 days later. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing?
No.
Yeah, you're getting excited because you miss basketball, mate. You want the real shit to start.
I know.
That's it. That's the whole cut and dry of it. We all just want basketball to start. Dwayne Washington, we'll talk about that later. So what we're going to do is we've heard everybody else's pods, everything that's been thrown out. We're going to do a little bit of over-under with you guys, but we're going to do it on our own roster. And I've come up with some numbers in conjunction with Boyd. So let's go through these. All we want, over, under, and why. First up, CP3. Over or under 32.5 minutes per game. Last year, he played 32.9 minutes per game. Boyd.
I'm going under for obvious reasons, age, and just we need that longevity out of him. And I think that I don't think it'll be too much under. I think he still hangs around the 30 minutes, 29 to 28 to 30 minutes a game. I think it's something that happens, and it's not a. And I used this term wrong previously. It's not a break glass if needed. It's put him in when you need him down the stretch. But if you don't need him, fucking hit the brakes on the guy, give him a rest.
All right, this answer I'm interested in, right? Because Nate was really strong on this last year, so I'd like to see where his positions move now. Nate,
definitely under.
Right. Why?
I'm going to revert straight back to point book because we haven't found a big solution to the backup point guard position, and every time we don't, we have to revert to point book. And I really think he's going to make an MVP run this year. So the minutes have to come down for exactly the longevity of his game. The fact that he does play those fourth quarters so intensely, I think we could easily shave a couple of minutes off his game and save his legs. I don't think they're going to be chasing the wins they did last year. I think they're going to give them, I guess, a little less, not intensity, but a little less need to push as hard as they were, especially with CP3. So that's the reason I'm under on those minutes for him.
Hammer.
Maybe it's under because he doesn't need to. We're putting the right pieces around him. You mentioned before point book. But we're getting some good solid pieces around him that allow him to take that extra couple minutes off the court. And, the boys are right. Longevity, let him sit out back-to-backs, just maintain the last couple of, 2, maybe 3 years that we get out of CP3. We don't need him to play all the time. We don't. So I don't see the point in breaking him. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to go with a comment that you just made there, Hermé, which is back-to-backs, let him sit out, blah, blah, blah. His minutes per game is going to come off the games he's on the court. I think we'll play him in less games and we'll rest him in more games than we will cut his minutes in the games he plays. So I think 32.5 is probably a stretch. So I will go under. I think his minutes per game will drop. But in saying that, I still think he's going to hover around that 31 to 32.5 per game in the games he plays.
Yeah, he's not going to be street clothes. You know what I mean? He's going to be still out there doing his thing. I just don't see the need for him to be out there pumping as much as he has the last season or two.
But it'll be the games he misses, and when he misses, that won't count to his minutes per game. So I still think when CP plays, he's going to play minutes. So there we go. Next one, Devin Booker, top 4.5 MVP voting. Last year, we all know he finished 5th in the MVP voting. Over or under, will he finish 4.5 at the cutoff? Boots.
Under. So that's I think he's in the top 3 or 4 for sure. I think.
So is that an over and under on Gab's scale of doing this?
It's an under, right?
It'd be an over, wouldn't it?
No,
Well,
it's
it's an
an under.
over.
No,
it's
it's
an
an
under.
under. It's an under.
Well, if one's at the top and then the line's at 4.5, then it's over the line.
He's going under 4.5. He's going to finish one. He's going to finish 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so less than.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's a
So
minute
he's,
of my life and I'll get back.
Yeah. I interpret that the same way, and it's still hurting my brain. I'm not that clever, but yeah. No, I think he takes another step, and I think he takes on more of a leadership role. And I think it'll be really plain to see for the national media, especially with what I feel is going to be a year that CP3 takes a little bit more of a back seat, and I think that we see that that step up in leadership and leading by example by D Book.
Before we go to you, Nate, Dylan,
Sure.
if there's ever a foursome I want to join, that means if you joined, it'd be more than a foursome. So who are you dumping?
So is that an over or an under, Gav?
Nate, over or under?
Mate, I already led into it with my CP3 thing that I think Booker is going to make his MVP push this year. His cover athlete on 2K, those fuckers take that seriously. Like they really do. He's going full all-star in his own right. He's pissed off that he's missed out on 2 opportunities with us. That guy is going to put it all out there this year. And yeah, he's got to go 1 to 3. Being smaller than 4, that's under, right?
That is under.
There you go.
Get the fuck truck back there.
Man, I'm fucking confused.
Well, now it's a party.
Hamo, he either finishes 1st to 4th or worse.
Worse.
Okay.
Purely for the fact
so
that
you're overs.
Yes, purely for the fact that, like usual, I prefer us to get slept on, kind of thing. Let people sleep on us. Let us, go under the radar. And
No one sleeps on the
everything that you
truck,
said
bro.
about the 2K, and that's 100% true, man. And his voting has been getting up there, but I just think, it's a typical thing when they're voting for. There's probably still idiots out there voting for Kobe for All-Star Weekend. You know what I mean? People don't have a fucking clue. So
Yeah, but the MVP's not voted by the fans.
I understand that. But there are still some idiots out there in the media and in that kind of shit. I'm one of them. But yeah, no, I think he won't finish 4th. If anything, he'll finish 5th in the race.
Very nice. And according to Dylan, he's already had Boyd and he was a 2 out of 10. So Boyd would be the one that drops out of the foursome.
Was that digits?
Maybe. I think that he will, based on the groundswell of media support that Book got at the end of last season, he now has the attention. So he won't have to go through 3/4 of the season before that ramps up. And I think he'll be unders as well. I think he finishes 1st to 4th in the MVP voting, just based on the fact that he now has the media attention. And Stephen
I really
A. Smith,
hope I'm wrong.
for some reason, likes him. All right, next up, Mikal Bridges, 16.5 points per game. Last year, he averaged 14.2 points per game. Boyd.
I'm going the over, and I have him as a key reason. One of the key reasons that our we get our 82 wins, boys. So, but both look. I think he showed in the preseason that he's going to be a lot more aggressive. He seems to have a few more tools in his bag. He seems to be I don't know, mate. He just seemed a little bit more ferocious around the rim. And yeah, his shooting was crisp. You expect these things to be a little bit clunkier at the start of the season, especially in preseason. But he looked pretty bloody good. Cam Johnson getting a tip in the starting lineup. He's a most improved candidate for me. Like, I think he's going to be right up there. Yeah, and DA, of course, with all the sort of shit, he's out there to silence some critics. So I think out of them three, we have a massive What the fuck? Yeah, 16.5 above Macau Bridges.
All right, overs. No,
I'm waffling.
Fucking love it. Right, I'm on the over. The average from last season to this is 1 basket more made per game. That's not that much. If you look at the young players, the trajectory of improvement they're on, he has improved every season. He's worth every penny more every season. I don't expect this one to be any different.
hey, mate.
Not at all. Not at all. I think we're going to see a massive improvement from Mikhail on the defensive end as well. I know he's a supreme defensive player at the moment, but I think his key role is going to be more on the defensive end. However, I am taking the over on this as well. He will get more than 16.5.
I am also taking the overs on this. I think that preseason already showed that he's looking to be more aggressive on the offensive end. I think that Phoenix will play a far more hectic transition game with Mikal and Cam both in the starting lineup. And I think we'll see a lot of fast break buckets from both of them.
Hey, and if not that, Gav, to speak to us ramping it up in transition, I think we're gonna get a lot of them new take fouls where we get a free shot and possession back. I think we're gonna be.
We're going to, because we have a point guard named Chris Paul who will absolutely just slaughter that rule.
But it's going to be your guys out there running the floor like Macau and Cam Johnson, or who I believe are going to be on the receiving end of a lot of these free ones. Oh, it goes to any player, doesn't it?
Yeah, any player on the floor. Yeah.
They're going to give it all the book. Oh, okay.
All right, Cameron Johnson, 3.5 3-point field goals per game. Last year, 2.5. Boy.
Overs, simply because he's a starter now, and I think he's going to get a lot more opportunity. Simple.
Nate?
Yeah, it's math. We've spoke about every season about the final move that Cam makes to the starting lineup, because Boyd's been calling for it for, 3 years? And he's finally there. He's going to get the extra minutes. He's not going to put up less threes. So by sheer percentage, he's going to hit another one. The average has to go up.
Hey, mate.
100%, man. It's Cam Johnson. He's only going to get better. He's been working on his game. You know, a lot of people are standing up taking notice of this kid now. So, yeah, easily taking the overs on Cam J for the 3-point.
Best 3-point shooter in Suns history. Definitely up. I'm going the overs.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut. DeAndre Ayton, 19.5 points per game. Last year, 17.2. Boyd.
Sorry, come again with that? You broke up.
DeAndre Ayton.
You did.
19.5 points per game. Last year, 17.2.
Yeah, I'll go the overs. He's one of my 3 to take a leap. So yeah, the overs.
That was as short as Boyd's ever been in his life. Nate, actually,
I think we're also
no, it's not. No, it's not. That's not true. That's not as short as Boyd's ever been in his life.
I want to know. I think we're all sucking on the sunny side of the cock with these answers here, because I've got DA averaging 20 and 10, so I'm definitely taking the over.
Too. Hey, mate.
100% over, man. This is going to be his make or break year. I truly think it'll be a make. I don't think it's going to be a break. I think we got shit under control now. I think that DA, they might, whatever, DA Monty, but I think the vibe and what we're seeing on court's beautiful at the moment, man. And I think DA is really going to flourish this season. So definitely going the overs and really looking forward to it.
It's the vibe. It's Marbo.
It's 100% Marbo.
I think DA steps up this year. Definitely, I agree with you, Nate. Averages 20-10. He's going to have a big year. Honestly, personally, I'm looking forward to it. All right,
Cameron, I told you so. Yeah.
Like, all the distractions are gone. All the distractions are gone. He's finally got his money.
8%.
He got rid of the guy that held it back from him. Just get out there, do your fucking job.
Well
True.
said.
Cameron Payne, 43.5% field goal. Last year he was 40.9. Boyd,
He's
I'm
playing
going
with
the
a sweet toy
overs,
at the
mate,
moment.
because I think last season was an outlier thing for him. So, mate, I'm going the overs. You know, you guys all know I love Campaign, and I don't think there's any way. There's no way he backs it. He's back to 2021 finals campaign. So I've got him on the overs.
Nate,
Fuck him. I got no faith. I really don't. Taking the unders. I got no faith. He's too strong. He's got a shitty looking left-handed shot. I don't see how it's going to improve. I want to be proven wrong, but I'm not going to get up and say positive things about everyone on this list. So my first negative is going to be Campaign. I don't see him hitting that percentage.
hey mate.
I'm with Nate, bro. I don't want this guy anymore. I don't think he's got anything that isn't replaceable. That we can't build someone
fucking say
else to
that.
be as good as him. No. Just get rid of him. Unders. Definitely unders.
Okay, I'm going unders because 43.5 is quite a high field goal percentage. So
Especially
I'm
for
going to
a
go
shit player.
unders. But let me roll into something. We sit there and all of us Suns fans belt the fuck out of Campaign as the backup point guard, right? I get it.
Yep.
But reality is, you tell me a fucking team in the NBA that has a backup point guard, a guy that comes off the bench to back up the point, that is some sort of fucking superstar. Because that's what we're all expecting Cameron Payne to be
You
right
could
now.
ask the Lakers right about now.
The Lakers have got Westbrook,
That's
fucking
an
Beverly,
absolute
Schroeder.
shit show, man.
Like,
But they've got
Honestly,
Westbrook coming
though-
off the bench. So, yeah.
I'm question without notice. Who in the fucking NBA has a backup point guard that comes on that is a fucking superstar level point guard?
Superstar level. You didn't say that. At
Well,
first.
that's what everybody else wants. At the moment, we want fucking Shai Julius Alexander to come off the bench.
Yeah, we do.
And so we should.
And he
So
should
we
be
should.
honoured to.
Have you seen
I
who
mean,
rolled into the mentions there, Gav?
Campaign was disappointing last year, no doubt about it. But we are fucking losing our minds over a backup fucking point guard. Like, seriously, guys, what? Like,
Mate, doesn't mean he's going to
Who
shoot
else-
43.5.
no, I agree. He won't. I'm going unders with that. I don't
Hey,
think he can shoot 43.5. But who the fuck have we? Who in the NBA has a superstar backup point guard? Who? Just give me one team.
I'm searching.
Just one.
We're not going to get
Check
there.
out
We're not
that comment there, Gav.
Saul,
Shout out to
great to
Saul.
see you on, man.
Hey,
Shout
so
out to Saul. Come and caught
I
up
love
with
that
me,
day I
mate,
got
for
to meet
wings.
you. Good wings. Great day.
And
So freaking
if there's
hot.
if there's one person in the chat that could tell us a fucking NBA team with a superstar backup point guard, and look, I've got one which I was ready to sort of push back on, even though I would have lost the argument. But the fact is that I've asked the question, none of you can do it.
Yeah, did I
That
say
answers
Westbrook in the
everything
Lakers?
to me. Well, he's at the Lakers. He's
Researching.
not, but there's one. There's one. Steph Curry has Jordan Poole as a backup.
you know who I'm going to say.
And Boyd, you were about to bring up another one where I would have gone, yeah, fair call. Who
Yep.
was it?
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones.
He's not a superstar, but he's very, very serviceable.
He's ahead of Kemba Payne.
One
but
that's not superstar yet, but I've been saying for a
Gav?
long time.
This
Cole
is an
Anthony.
argument that's been going on long enough. Are you
Cole
saying that
Anthony's-
Campaign is the best
Cole
backup point
Anthony's
guard
a
in the league?
starter. No, I'm not.
No, not
then
according
fucking
to
move
the
along.
Orlando Magic.
No, I'm
He's
not.
not currently starting this season.
Cole Anthony starts at the Orlando Magic, mate.
Apparently
Simple
not.
as that. All right. Jock Landale, will he play over 14 and a half minutes per game? Now, we have based this off JaVale McGee last season, who played 14.7 minutes per game. Will Jock Landale play 14 and a half minutes per game? Boyd.
Yeah, I think he's showing in preseason has him
Over or under?
over. He's just had a solid showing in preseason, and you look at. I mean, we can poke holes in Dwayne Washington. Bit of a rocky start the first game. Then he gets
He doesn't play center.
I know he doesn't. Listen, I'm leading. And then he drops a 30 burger and gets 11 turnovers. And we can still poke a hole in that, right? Can you poke any holes in what Jock's done? Like he's had a very well-rounded preseason, and I think he's fucking earned it.
Can you
He's
poke a
earned
hole in
the
your
overs.
Jock?
He's earned the overs here, 100%.
Nate?
Yeah, when I first read this, my first instinct was no, under. Then my heart kicked in. It was like, no, everything is proven. He has moved up the rotation as far as busy goes. So I'm going to settle on over. Because I think the preseason, like I said, I got the jock itch. Everything's changed. I get some cream for it.
Man, I'm taking the over. I think this kid's got a huge future in front of him. I think this year's going to be the first big year that we're going to see a massive growth out of him, and hopefully not one on his neck or something like that. But no, I think it's I think definitely over, man. I think he's going to get some more minutes than we expected. He's showing out. He's getting a lot of love from the American fans too, which is great because Suns and Aussies and Suns made to be together, you know. So yeah, no, I'm definitely taking the overs on Jockedile Dundee.
I'm also going overs, but only because I think that last year we were really, really keen to play a 3-center rotation. And I don't think that Monty will be as strong as that this year. I think that Monty will back off on the 3-center rotation, and we're going to see less busy. So I do see Jock playing a hell of a lot more minutes. Jock, I apologise. I was wrong. I kind of had you down for dead minutes at best, but you showed us in the preseason.
Hey, to that note, though, in a chat before we got on here, Gav did offer to give up hosting rights for one episode. So that one episode, we take it away from him. Jock, you should come on. You take Gav's spot. He can sit on the bench, and you'll feel all the love from the other three of us.
And until then, you're a little bitch.
Oh,
ouch!
He's back. He's back.
No, it's
Gav is back on the mic.
It's the Australian way to do it. If he's not going to come on our show, until he comes on our show, he's a little bitch. Dario Saric. Now, this is an interesting one. Dario Saric, interesting one. We have the over and under line at 55 and a half games played. Now, last year, we all know Dario played 0 games, but the year before he played 66 games. So, Boyd, 55 and a half games, Dario Saric, over or under?
I'll go the under. I will go the under. I think he's. I think some injuries are starting to creep into his game, and I don't wish for it. But we're also sorted at that backup 5 position with our boy Jock. We're sorted somewhat at the 4 right now. We're probably getting help in that position by a trade or
now, explain that.
Someone off.
No, explain that, Boyd. How we sorted it before?
Well, we've got Cam Johnson starting there now. And I believe that we whatever comes from
Street Close Jr.
Well, whatever comes from Jay Crowder, we've still got our MLE there ready to go. I think when everyone goes into full tank mode and they start buying people out, I think there's going to be some real serviceable guys that can come off the bench and play that 4 spot. So I just feel like he's going to.
So you think
we're going to be able to get?
You're willing to wait for All-Star Weekend, and you think we're set at the 4 by All-Star Weekend, and that makes the season.
I think so. I think we're going to see something like we've never seen before with
That's a stupid fucking argument.
No. With the Benby situation, I think we're going to see teams going to a new level of tanking, and there's going to be some real good players that are going to be looking for homes. So I think we'll be just fine. We just have to play the long game. And I feel like Dario might, with the coming on of Jock, he might lose some games. He might get a couple of niggling injuries, and I just think he's going to go under.
So we will get into the Jake Crowder situation. I'm not going to do that right now, even though you said something stupid. Nate,
I'm going the under.
Under. Yeah.
I'm going the under, but I also wanted to ask, does it have to be with our team or just games played in the NBA?
With our team.
Then definitely under. I mean, how can you put any faith in the guy at this point? And not like because of his play, just the injuries, the time off the court. Like every time someone's off for that long, a couple of preseason games, a game overseas where they looked ripped, it's not enough to back on an over for that, in my opinion. I mean, I'd like to see it because I don't see the four tied up like Boyd does without him playing in it.
Hey, mate.
Look, first of all, just want to thank everyone for getting involved in the chat there. Ash, you need to explain yourself as to why Saric has his panties in a bunch. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about there, but yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, look, being the fact that he's just had a kid and he's come back from this injury, I expect him to go out there and try and push as hard as not as hard as he can, but push, hard for the next 2-3 years, try and earn as much money as possible. So yeah, I've got him over, definitely. I mean, I know, they get paid regardless, but if he was to be a trade piece in the future, he'd want to solidify his worth in the meantime to get that bag. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, definitely. I've got Saric at over 55 games for sure.
If I can continue being a prick on this topic.
Hey?
I've started being a prick. I may as well finish. So you reckon he's trade bait and he's going to get 55 games in as a Sun to improve his trade status before he gets traded?
I didn't say he is trade bait. I didn't necessarily mean this season either. If he does continue to play well and the option comes that we decide to trade him, it's only going to benefit him if he plays more games and shows what he can do. Thank you, Sonia.
Is he on contract next year?
Yeah,
I think it's
expiring,
last year, isn't it?
No, he's expiring.
He's expiring. So
Yep.
55 games.
Well, I know they're a totally different breed of player, man, but just look what having a kid did to Fred VanVleet. He went out there and killed it just because he wanted to do the best he could for his kid. Now, seeing Saric in the press conference the other day, man, he was elated about having a kid. From what I understand, it's his first boy, if not his first kid. So I'm sort of expecting the same from him, man. He plays with a lot of heart, and I expect him to come out and play with that heart. And yeah, no, definitely. If he's got the option and coach will let him, fuck yeah, he'll play 55.
I suppose in that principle, I mean, I know a lot of guys that get married because they want to spend more time at work.
And play golf on Sundays.
Coming off the injuries that Dario's had, I don't really give a fuck whether he had a kid or not. I don't think it'll impact anything when it comes to the amount of games he played. He's going to sit games out this year. If we keep him all year, he is way unders. I think he's sort of maybe half a season. They will rest him on back-to-backs, and they will probably rest him on trips. Maybe
they need to rest him though with the rotation that we've got.
Maybe because he had a kid and he wants to stay at home with the kid. I don't fucking know, but he's not getting 55 games. Landry Shamet, 40.5 3-point percentage. Last year, 36.8. Boy.
I'll go the over. Simply because I've always look at Shemet's not. He's not
good.
Yeah, that's your one zinger.
Oh man, I'm really struggling to defend Shamet. I feel like he's got the tools that we need, and I don't think we've seen the best from him yet. I'm being
I know Saul, who's here. He absolutely loves Shamet.
Oh yeah, I know. He fucking hates the cunt. But
Has he got the tools, or is he a tool?
And there it is.
That's the
And
question.
there it is. 40 minutes in.
40 minutes in.
He's definitely got the tools, and I think it's really hard to call it an isolated thing or an aberration when it was from full fucking season of, well, almost a full season of not playing great. But look, I'm staying positive, and I think he just like Campaign, they shut everyone up, and they come back and have a solid year off of the bench, and yeah. So I'll go the overs again.
Well, I'll just jump in the lack of Gav redirecting the conversation there. I'm going to go with the unders, not because I want to shit on Landry. I was, when they signed him and they gave him that extension right at the start, I actually liked it. I thought it was a really good pick. I saw nothing but roses, and then it all went downhill. And I've had nothing but defending that with certain other friends of ours that are Suns fans. So while he may play better, while he may play a more wholesome game where he might contribute to actual wins, I don't see that percentage being the reason all that happens.
Hey, mate.
Should have stayed in Brooklyn. Ben Simmons can't go get fucked. So sorry. Yeah, that's an under.
Oh, I love it. This is great. So good to be back and part of this.
Sorry, man. I'm just live tweeting Shamet.
It started out with the fuck bus comments, and then we've escalated to this in 40 minutes. This is great.
What is he?
I don't like him. He showed up, he got his money, and then disappeared. Like, honestly, if you want to do that, stay in Brooklyn with the other fucking 6 people that disappeared for their team. You know, it was a perfect fit. Why the fuck did we take him? I don't want him. Get rid of him.
Wow. Okay.
Harsh, man, that's harsh.
It was not harsh.
I don't think he'll get to 40.5, but I think we're going to see a hell of a lot more out of Landry this year than what we did last year. And that's personal opinions. I was trying to ride him and support him last year, but I really do think we'll see a hell of a lot more out of Landry this year. He's still a bench player. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Torrey Craig, 4.5 rebounds per game. Last year, 4 per game. Boyd.
Woo! Fucking over. Torrey Craig, I think he's great for what he is and what he was fucking signed up to do. I mean, we as a fan base, we really, really get carried away over small patches, small sample sizes on these fucking guys that have come off the scrap heap and done a real good job for us in a spot. And we, as a fan base, we fucking ride them and we play them like they're supposed to be a superstar or a fucking 6 man of the year type player. But I think ultimately we've got to come back down to ground. They're not. I think Torrey Craig with his playing some more backup 4. I think he's going to get more burn up until the trade deadline at least. And I think that his rebounding will pick up. And I like he had some of that intensity that we loved from that 2021 season. I feel like he had some of that intensity in the preseason. He showed some glimpses of it. So I think he'll maintain that at least. With some more minutes, I think he'll get the overs.
Nate.
Oh, I'm going to open by echoing some of the comments Brendan Irwin just made in there going, Queenslander! Yes, TC's from the NBL, played Cairns and Brisbane, and then came over and ended up on the Suns. When he left, I was devastated. I was ecstatic when they brought him back, and he had 2 years on the contract. He's going over, and I didn't want to mention it before, but in the lack of Saric, I think TC picks up power forward minutes off the bench. He's going to get opportunity to get those boards, so it's absolutely over.
Hey, mate.
I had him as under, just because of I know the difference in positions, but just because of the newer rotational centres and that, we didn't see a whole heap of busy last year, and now we got Jock and that. I don't know if he's going to be they're going to be taking rebounds off him or not. But I still think he does extremely well. I still think he's averaging 4 rebounds a game. I just don't think he'll be hitting that 4.5. I think a couple of them maybe snuck away from him, so to speak.
Okay. I made this call on Camera Payne last year. I'm going to do it right now with Torrey Craig. He's no good. He'll be gone by trade deadline. I can't believe we traded back for him. There is no way he hits 4.5 rebounds a game. By trade deadline, he'll be lucky to be playing any sort of rotation minutes.
You're a fucking.
Were you a fan of that trade originally, Gav?
No, but
Oh, well.
I wasn't a fan of Jalen Smith either. So
So it was the lesser of two evils, right?
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, for me, Torrey came in for fit and culture.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was
He was
that
for
was
me.
about it.
I remember him playing well for Indiana. I think he got a fair bit of burn, and I think he played himself into a position where he was touted as a wanted commodity around the league, and there was people out there wanting his services. So yeah, I don't like to go back and shit on trades like that because they didn't turn out as good as what we would have hoped. At the time, I thought it was a decent move for a player that we weren't going to retain anyway.
For me, it was a nothing move. That's what it
Yeah.
was. It was a point blank nothing move.
You're fuckers. No love for Aussie representation.
I'm sorry, he's not an Aussie. He played in the NBL.
I don't care.
But
We're playing in
I-
Pay
the
for my
just-
Brisbane Bullets.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm just not there with Torrey. I don't think that. I don't think he's going to have any real impact.
Yeah,
on
you
the
also
squad
thought Jock
next
Landale
season.
sucked and wasn't going to play 5 minutes a game. So,
I
we'll see
also
what
said
happens.
that Cameron Payne would regress seriously last season, and called it, and was absolutely spot on.
Well, there's a difference between a regression and falling off a cliff without a fucking rope.
Hey, that
All right.
that Cameron Payne thing, Gavy's going to hold on to for the next 10 fucking years, and I'm.
Well, it's the
or-
last
I'm-
call he's going
I
to be
won't-
right on.
I won't hold on to it because it's just another thing in the long line of things I got right. Josh Okogie, 10.5 minutes per game. Over, under. Last year at Minnesota, he played 10.5 minutes. Will he play the same amount of minutes on this Sun squad? Boy,
Yes, I will. Say over. Yes, I will say over. Here's look. We're going to see a shift in them backup minutes. That Torrey used to play some of that at the 3 from time to time. There's a bit of a shift of that over to the 4 spot. So I feel like Okogie's got that defense that we're going to run out some real like fucking some real fucking mad dog defensive lineups, man, with Okogie there. I think he quite easily gets there. And look, if you remember earlier on in the preseason, I had him going shooting a very high clip from behind the 3-point line too. I think.
yeah. Which in that episode you lost all of your credibility just on that episode.
I know, but that's just me being over optimistic. But yeah, look, I think he's got. Even if he just improves slightly on the offensive end to what he did last season, I feel like he will quite easily get over that 10-minute mark.
Nate,
Look, I didn't know where to go on this one, to be honest. I'm going to go over because of bench movement. I think we know there's changes to come. We don't know what they're going to be. He's not the worst acquisition, to be honest. And if you switch up, depending on what happens with Sarge, if we switch up TC, then that opens up small a little more. So 10.5. It's going to be around that. So I'll take the over. But not by a long margin.
Hammo.
Yeah, look, I'll take the over as well. I like Okogie. I think he's got some decent talent that he's going to bring to our team. You'll have to excuse me, sorry guys, got some massive lag going on here. But yeah, no, definitely. I think over 10.5 is easy. Probably, yeah, not a great deal more, but 11.5. But that minute and a half in basketball minutes is, could be 4 minutes depending. But yeah, no, definitely. I think he's gonna step up. I think he's gonna do a bit more than he has. With where'd he come from? Minnesota. Yeah, going to do a bit more than what he did with them. So we'll be all right. He's going to go good. I like him.
Under. When the Jay Crowder trade happens, he's Sawyers later back at the bench. He was not very good on the defensive end in the preseason. I know that he missed some time with injury, but I think he's a long way off. Damian Lee, 65.5 games played. Last year played 63. Remember, guys, this is when you step on the court. Boyd.
Under by a long way. I'm not. There's a lot of people out there getting really excited about Damian Lee. And I don't know. I may have had like a preconceived idea about how I was going to treat Damian Lee because he's from the Warriors, because he's Steph Curry's brother-in-law, and it may be playing into my opinion here. I'm saying under, man. I'm not rating this guy from what I've seen of him so far, and look, and I'm so high on the comebacks of Campaign and Landry Shamet. I just don't see a need for Damian Lee when that all transpires and happens.
Nate.
Fuck, I was going to go over because he's a serviceable SG, and then just switch everyone round, and then Landry, Okogie, and Lee are fighting for minutes. So in my head, it was not so much games played, it was minutes played that he's going to sacrifice on, and he would actually play in 65. So, yeah, I've talked myself back into it. I'm going to stay over. He's going to play the games, but I wouldn't count on serviceable minutes.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, I've got him at the over, mate. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be valuable. So yeah, no, I definitely think he'll be playing in over 65.5 games for us in the regular season.
I am also over. He is ahead of Josh Okogie and everyone else on that shit bench. And he showed it. He showed it in the preseason. His first couple of games were a little bit scratchy, but after that, nice ball handler, solid, hits an outside shot, can penetrate. He's going to play minutes. He didn't come to Phoenix to sit on the bench.
Can penetrate on the fuck bus.
Bismack Biyombo, over 26.5 blocks for the year. Last year he had 26 blocks in total. Boyd.
Under, and the reason being is I just feel like we're going to see more of Jock. We're going to see. I think we'll see more of Jock this season upcoming than we did of McGee last season, and I just feel like there's a lot more layers to Jock's game than what McGee and Biyombo had, and yeah, look, Biyombo might look. We all love him, but it's going to be situational as to who we're up against, as to him getting burned on the court. It's not going to be. I think he goes under for minutes, and I think he goes under for blocks on what he did last season.
Hey, Nate.
It's time to get busy.
Good one. Under, and no reflection on his game. Like Boyd said, situational. He's not going to get quite. I don't think he's going to get quite the opportunity. And you know what? He didn't come here to go out there and chase stats. He came here to go out, play his role, and contribute to winning basketball. So the 26 blocks wasn't him trying to get a number. It was him playing his role of the team, and that role might not require that this year.
Hey, mate.
Dude, I think it's pretty damn easy. If you got 26 last year, for him to get 26 and a half. I love the Twin Towers scenario, man. I love it. Who knows? You could have them both out there. You could have Jock and Busy, or Busy and Aiton. Who knows? So no, I don't see it being an impossibility. It's more of a probability. So yeah, no, I'm definitely taking the over on Big Busy.
Brendan, love it. We do need a replacement backup point guard, future point guard after Jay gets traded. According to Boyd, Jay was our next point guard. So Busy, he can come in there, patrol the paint, control the ball. He can do it all. I've already said that Bismack will play less minutes, so I'm going under. I think Jock's going to control a lot of those minutes. It's going to be Jock and DA. Busy's only going to play dead minutes. As much as I loved him last year, because let's be honest, it really was.
It's time to get busy.
It was time to get busy at times last year.
Had to use it twice.
He did really well, man. He did good for us last season. I'm looking forward to what he can do for us this season, man. Really.
All right, here we go. The important one. So we've got to get the chat involved for this one. Jay Crowder, over or under, traded in the next 3 months.
Under being 1 to 3, over being 3 to whatever, or 3.1 to whatever. Yeah, good.
3 to trade deadline. So we're effectively talking to under being till the end of Jan, over being after Jan.
Okay.
Boyd.
Bring it.
Now, this is all just fucking hearsay guessing and shit. And because I want there to be a situation, I'm going to go over, okay? So I want there to be a situation where I think it's closer to trade deadline that he's moved on. And the reason I say that is because it's a little bit greedy. I kind of want there to be a little bit more time, and I want there to be someone that is upset at another team, or some team dumping someone because they're tanking now, or I want
Brandon
that.
Ingram.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A scenario like that, Gav. So something like that, I want him to be, because he would be a really nice trade piece in something bigger. But yeah, so look, it's very likely to happen beforehand. But I'm personally, I'm being greedy, and I want it to go right down to the line.
No.
Actually, before we move on, can you subtitle this? So when you upload it to YouTube, can you put the title in there for this episode, "Back of the Fuck Bus"? Because
I will edit the title to "Back of the Fuck Truck."
Back of the Fuck Bus.
Fuck bus. Okay.
Anyway,
It was a fuck truck.
No, it was the fuck truck. Here it is. Here.
Yeah,
Back of the fuck truck. Yeah.
Hey, Jay Crowder, he better be traded in under 3 months. Like I said, I don't like this not knowing what's going on. I don't like this bad juju on the team. If you're not there, you're not playing, fuck off. And if you're going to fuck off, let's bring something in quicker. So for the sake of the team, unders.
Hey, mate.
The hand spoke, man. Don't want him on the team. He said the words I was thinking. Bad juju. Don't want that bad energy around, man, or else we're going to have to bring someone back like Tsunami Puppy to cleanse the energy, or get Kyrie in there to burn some sage or some shit, man.
No Oubre.
Fuck no. Move on. He doesn't want to be here. He knows we don't particularly... He doesn't want to play the role that we got for him. So move on, man. Just move on. It's all good. Just get it done as soon as possible. So, yeah, in the 1 to 3 is what I've got written down here also. See ya.
Suns fans, including you, Jayana. The next person who mentions bringing back Kelly Oubre Jr. is going to get fucking deleted.
Tsunami puppy.
Careful,
Fucking kidding me.
Jayana in the chat there, Miss Banger. She seems to love us some puppy.
Jayana.
What are we talking about? He'll
Jayana
be
banging
gone.
tsunami
Jay
puppy.
Crowder
Was
will be
meant to be proud
gone.
of it.
He'll be gone within the next 3 months. Otherwise, he'll be back starting and be the GOAT son of all time from the 3-point line.
And just on what you said, Nate, I don't think there's going to be bad juju. You saw these guys talking about it on media day. They all respect that it's him making a business decision and it's what's best for his future. So, and I don't think these guys are fucking bickering about it in the background. There's no bad juju.
Let's move on. One of the only negative ones the boy came up with, because he was really excited about this one. Dwayne Washington Jr., 2.5 turnovers per game. Boyd, overs or unders?
I want to go last.
Nate, overs or
Wait,
unders?
only-
2.5.
Only if
He
it's
had
in
31
2.5
points.
minutes.
31 points and 11 turnovers the other day.
Yeah, so he's only going to get 2.5 minutes a game. And I still think he can get 2.5 turnovers. So I'm going to go the overs. He's gonna try harder with the time he's got, and he's gonna fuck up royally. And it's gonna frustrate us, but it's gonna be kind of funny.
Hamo,
Man, I couldn't be that bad on 2K if I tried. 11 fucking turnovers in one game. Come on, bro.
yeah.
Nah, look. I
So
seen
overs, unders.
I seen
It's a hell of a double, man.
over.
Overs. All right. Boyd,
Yeah, unders, and it because he's not going to get that much burn, and that was we all like to pick holes in people when they do something like that. I think that was very much isolated. He did say that it was his first time.
well, the
rolling
fucking
out
ball was
point
isolated to the opposition.
guard. Yeah, look, but here's the thing: if my previous predictions are right, and like I said before, our backcourt is our current backup backcourt is what I think it's going to be. He's going to get even less time than we all than I thought. So look, it'll be under. Like, and if it's fucking over, he won't be on the squad. So who cares?
Yeah, I'm with Boyd. Well and truly under, because motherfucker ain't going to play. But I am going to enjoy watching all of the Phoenix Suns fans on Twitter lose their fucking minds about Dwayne Washington Jr. like they did Aaron Holiday. Like he's the fucking savior.
Aaron Holiday still is the saviour, and there's still a chance. There's still a chance we can get him back.
You're an idiot. Ish Wainwright, 35.5 3-point percentage. Last season, 32.2. Boyd,
Over. Simply because I bought into all the
the
around
J
his,
replacement.
well, no, not the J replacement, but just there was a lot of smoke about his shooting and the work that he's put into it in the international competition, and not so much in preseason. I don't think it was much chop, but yeah, look, I think it's over. And
He shot like 48% in preseason.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't look at the numbers, but I didn't think he did. I thought he wasn't that great. He mustn't have took that many.
Numbers don't mean much, still good.
Numbers don't mean anything when we're talking numbers. No, but look, here's what I think. I think that we're going to have, with our three big leaps from them guys I was talking about earlier. I think we're going to have a lot more gravity drawn towards them guys, and I think we're going to have some other guys who are just that little bit more open. I think that we see percentages across the board creep up with our rotational guys, and I think that he's one of them.
Nate,
I have to just go with the overs. I've got to show some love here. The two-way players looking for a contract. If he wants to go that full contract, if he can hit those kind of numbers, they'd be mad not to give it to him. He's been working on his game. He looks good. The team wants him. The spot.
It's only league average too, guys. It's only league average. He's not, he's not reinventing the wheel by shooting 36% from deep. It's just an improvement on his previous game.
He's fighting for muscle. He's fighting for money too. So he's gonna work on it. He's gonna find the muscle memory. Sure, I'll give it.
Hey, mate.
I like this guy, man. I think he's just. I'll get misunderstood here by what I'm saying, but I think he's a pure athlete. One of them guys that is just really good at whatever he wants to try and do. I think he's going to definitely be over on the 3-point percentage, but also just be a massive part, like Boyd was saying. You can have a lot more people open, a lot more people getting double teamed, things like that. He's shooting pretty damn good from the three. And even if they kick it out to him and he decides to drive, man, this bloke's going to be outstanding for us. I really do think this is going to be a huge season for him. But yeah, definitely over on the 35.5 for the 3-point.
Definitely think overs. Agree 100%. He's worked out that corner three. He's PJ Tucker light. I don't think he's going to be outstanding for us. He's just going to get some dead minutes, maybe at best. But yeah. All right, lads. Teams' strength and weaknesses going into the season. I want at least one strength and at least one weakness. Overall squad, Boyd, what do you got? What's our strength? What's our weakness?
Well, I think our strength with what we have right now is always going to be our mid-range clutch, our clutch mid-range game. And that's never going to go away. We've put the fire to that many teams by hammering that mid-range game. So I think that's our strength. I think our weakness as of right now going into the season is probably our overall depth right now. But yeah, that's what I got.
Nate?
I think the strength is shooting. I think we've improved our scoring ability through natural progression, through filling in positions with known shooters. I think the percentages there are going to up all the numbers as on a broad spectrum, like not just from concentrated people. Weakness is cohesiveness, and that I'm still worried about the point guard position. I wasn't lying when I was shitting on Campaign before. Like I don't know if he can be the serviceable point guard. He's not a distributor unless you guys will always talk about him and Dario, but he's not the distributor that's going to keep the ball moving. So that's my concern as our weakness.
Hey, mate.
Once again, I'm going to go back to one of my favourite statements. I love the dynamics between our group. Y'all are really smart when it comes to analytics. I don't know shit. I just speak my heart. The strength, I believe, is that our main core, like a really important 5 to 7, maybe even 8 guys, have been together for a while now. We've got the same goal. We know what we need to work on. That's what I think our big strength is. Yeah, we've got a few new pieces that are coming in, but I think the family atmosphere is going to push it through. Weakness is really hard to say, man. Like, this whole Sava thing's going to drag out for at least another 9 months. So whether that plays in the back of the mind, whether the Crowder thing plays in the back of the mind, look, I'm really not too concerned about weaknesses. I think everything that we're lacking at the moment, we should be able to work on by at least All-Star break. We should have all the kinks ironed out, so to speak. But yeah, no, that's just what I think. Yeah.
I'm going to do this. Maybe not the first half.
Eventually.
Actually, that's the wrong one. This one. What we do down the stretch is our strength. If the game is close enough, this team just finds ways to win. They will continue to find ways to win as long as they're close enough. But our weakness is and always has been our rebounding. And it will continue to be that.
Son, you're speaking truth.
When we give up offensive rebounds to opposition teams and we are giving away second chance buckets, it will kill us. It did last season. I don't give a fuck what Boyd says. It did last
You
season.
know, we got enough pieces now.
No, I don't. Because outside of DeAndre Ayton, our lack of attention or focus on the defensive boards is really poor.
Nice script,
right.
Jeff.
There you go.
And that's the extent of the research that was done episode. That page.
All right. Now, guys, we're going to move in. Well, let's look at everything. Well, everything that we've all spoken about. This is what we're all looking forward to. This is what it's all about. Right here.
Boy taking his clothes off.
Finally, after a long fucking off season. We are here, boys. Finally, we're going to play some real basketball. This week, finally, as of Thursday, we will take on Dallas. Thursday, our time, of course. 1 p.m. on ESPN. Everyone in Sunsland, in Aussie Sunsland, will be able to watch it. Thank fuck. On Saturday, our time, 1 p.m. at Portland. On League Pass, so sorry guys, if you don't have League Pass, you're fucked. And Monday at LA Clippers at 1 p.m. on NBA TV, which I believe NBA TV might be Foxtel?
No.
Depends
League
on.
Pass?
Depends. It's either League Pass, ESPN, or.
What I did discover about Singapore, though, which I'm really excited about, is when you actually buy StarHub over here, which is almost the equivalent of Foxtel, NBA TV is an actual channel.
Yes.
Now, none of the hotels I've been staying in for the last 2 to 3 months actually have this shit. But when I actually got it at my new place, NBA TV is a channel. I'm stoked.
Nice.
All
I mean,
right,
I've got League
Richie's-
Pass anyway, but I'm still stoked.
Richie's saying NBA TV is SBS. So we should be able to watch 2 of the 3 games before we pot again next week. So
Or for
guys,
anyone who doesn't know, they dropped the price of League Pass annual by like $150. It's only
Yeah,
$150
it's cheap
for the
now.
whole season. Get into it.
it's cheap and it fucking plays like it. It is absolutely fucking
It is
disgraceful
dog.
the way it stands
Absolute
at the
dog.
moment. But all right, guys, first
We're
up,
into that.
Is
up
everyone
against
else
Dallas.
loving the subtitles on the NBA TV games?
Oh, it fucking does my head in. We're up against Dallas. First game, Thursday, 1 p.m. Quick prediction. Who's going to win? Nate.
Well, I'm still looking at this week's matchup.
Yeah,
Home versus Dallas.
Dallas. Who we got?
The screen. You've not flicked it back.
I know. I
Home
liked
versus
it.
Dallas, the revenge game. Home, healthy, full game from DA, unlike the last time he played. I think there's too much to prove in this one. Fuck Luka, quite frankly. And I hope Jock dunks on McGee. 10-point plus win.
Boyd.
We got the 11+ win, and there's you all know I was never going to say anything other than that. But yeah, blowout win. We put the Mavs back in their place, and then everyone else can just go, oh, but playoffs last year, and then yeah. But yeah, we're gonna pump them, boys. Big one.
Hamo.
Luka Doncic is the greatest white player since Steve Nash. No, sorry, just wanted to make sure everyone was listening. No, fuck Luca. This is exactly what Nate said. This is a revenge game. I think we're going to have it all over him, man. Honestly, 11 plus, like Boyd said. But yeah, the two things I've got written down are revenge game, and I'll put it in Slovenian. Jedese Luca.
Wow. Yeah, revenge game. We smashed Dallas. Simple as that. Portland, Nate.
It's a 1 week break. It's a tough game. Lillard's back. Jeremy Grant, healthy Nurkic. Look, I'm not going to be surprised if they drop this one. I think all the effort's going to go into Dallas. But then, week off. I'm going to put it down for a win, but I think it's going to be really marginal. I do think it's going to be marginal because it's going to be a tough one.
Boyd.
Is that Portland you were talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, Nate. Portland are nowhere. We're gonna sharpen our teeth on the Mavs, and we're gonna do some fucking horrible things to the Portland Trailblazers, guys. They're fucking. Oh man, yeah. Look,
put them on the fuck bus, huh?
No, straight on the fuck truck, mate. Straight on the fuck truck. Yeah, no, we're good there, man. We're good.
Hamo.
Man, I'm thinking pretty much the same, eh? I'm not expecting a lot of trouble from Portland. They've got a few pieces, and like Lillard's been out for a while from memory, hasn't he? So he's only sort of just coming back kind of thing. But we'll take the W. Like Nate said, we got plenty of rest coming into it. Plenty of time for tape. I don't see why it's going to be an issue at all.
Walk into Portland, walk out with a W. Cut and dry. Clippers on Monday, Nate.
Oh, the Clips. I think we all want to see this one because we want to see what they look like. This team hasn't been healthy since they signed their contracts. I think it's an easy W, to be honest. They've got more rust to shake off than us, and it's long-term rust. This is not just a half a season or one injured player. They've like PG out for half a season, Kawhi out for like 2 years. There's so much rust there. They've got Reggie Jackson agreed to start at the point guard, and John Wall coming off the bench, who's still at best not the greatest John Wall we've ever seen. I don't know if there's going to be any cohesion with their team. I think it's so early in the season. I think the Clippers are going to be a mess, and we'll stomp them.
Boyd.
Yeah, man, I'm worried about John Wall in that second unit. If I'm being honest, he's the guy that I would.
Why? Because he's up against Campaign?
No, because I rate John Wall very highly.
Against Campaign, yeah.
No.
So does John Wall.
I would have really liked John Wall as our backup, if I'm being honest. So look, I think I said in the previous pod when we previewed this team, I rate them. They were good without all these pieces they've got coming back, and I think this is going to be a real close one. I think it's going to be 1-5.
Hey mate,
win.
Well, clearly.
We ready?
Go.
The Los Angeles Clippers are the NBA equivalent of Kanye West. You fucking done? Move on.
So, but do we win or lose?
Oh, we're winning.
Okay.
We're winning by a lot.
This is the game out of the first three that we drop. We will lose to the Clippers at Crypto and go 2-1 in our first week.
No, not
How much
saying
longer do you
that.
reckon it's going to get called Crypto.com for with the way the crypto markets are going at the moment? That's a
I
one-time
still love when
sponsorship.
when a certain company was going to buy out the Miami arena and call it the BBC. I thought that was damn hilarious.
All right, Boyd, you want to have a crack at me?
No, mate, because I think you're just going with what you fucking see on TV, mate, or see on Twitter. You're just going with the crowd, matey.
It's early season.
You're disappointing, mate. You just disappoint me. I just don't even want to talk.
You do remember we started last season 1-3, right?
Yeah, I do. It was an aberration.
Well,
I'm happy if we
turned
take
out
it
that
slow.
way. Turned out.
No,
Happy if we
no,
take
I'm
it
not
slow,
gonna-
but I just don't see
I'm
it
not
happening.
gonna. You guys keep. I'm going to back wins all year. You know that, and I'm not going to bag you guys too much, especially not against the Clippers because I rate them highly. But yeah, start picking some of these other fucking borderline teams to beat us, and I'll probably have something to say there, boys.
Fair call. All right,
Take it
Guys.
slow and blow that ash
Guys.
splash later.
let's flow in. Talking about the Clippers, I just fucking drafted Paul George in my fucking latest fantasy draft. You guys playing fantasy basketball or?
It's a bit of a segue.
Yeah?
Fuck yeah,
Oh, yeah.
man. It was a big draft weekend. Everybody, I reckon everyone in Australia
Everybody fucking did.
and even the
draft.
expats drafted last weekend.
All right. So, did anybody else go out and spend way too much money on a Phoenix Suns player? Hamo, maybe we should ask you first.
Yeah, I had a funny feeling this was all about me. So in one of our fantasy leagues, I'm only reasonably new to fantasy. I did my first fantasy last year, and it wasn't one where you had a certain amount of money to bet on, to buy people. Devin Booker was going for like $37, and I paid like $74, and I stand by my decision, 100%. Because also on that team, I do believe I've got Kevin Durant and SGA.
And
So
you paid too much
KD,
for them too.
SGA, and York and EAD.
Brendan, nicely done. DA in the third round of a draft.
That's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. Nate, what'd you do? Did you
Well,
pick up
let's
any
just start
fucking
with-
randoms?
I picked up 2 Suns players and I capped myself. I cut myself once. Once I got 2, that's it. I'm not getting a third one. That's it. Fuck it. I've done this
Who'd you
before. It doesn't work out well for me. Well, let's start with my third pick, and that was DA. So I also, he slipped to the third. I'm in a 12-league snake draft. And he slipped to the third round to me. I was 11th pick, so I got him genuine 11th pick in the third round. And I was quite happy with that because I really do think he's positioned for a great year. So my first 2 picks, 11, and then 3 picks later at the turnaround, I actually wanted Ja and Trey or Dame as my 2 picks. And Ja and Dame Lillard both went before pick 11 in my league. So I was like, well, I guess I'm taking Trey Young and D-Book. So it didn't end up bad. I didn't have to spend too much, but I will say
You
Young.
ended up with DA and Book.
Yeah, I took Trey Young. No, yeah, I did. I took Trey Young at 11, and then on the turnaround 3 picks later, I took D-Book, and then I got DA in the third pick.
Nice.
So
Boyd,
I'm not.
Did you get any Suns, Boyd?
I got Mikal Bridges in last night's, mate, as you know.
In the snake draft?
Yeah. And I
Just
got
beat
him. I
me
got him
too.
fairly late
Okay.
too. I got him fairly late, and I think he's going to be solid. So, and I didn't pay overs. I don't feel. It wasn't a paying. It was just a late.
No, it was just
That
a
was-
draft.
that
It
was a
wasn't. There was
snake
no.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was,
I've had Mikhail the last 2 years, and he's been value. Like he drops
He
and
has.
drops and drops. None of his Suns players knew who he was. This year, in our league especially, everyone knew who he was, and he went where his value was. So it was sacrifice other players or just go for a third Sun. So I had my rule, no third Sun. But hey, Gav, I do have a question though. You've been hinting at all the preseason shows, and again on this show earlier on, Brandon Ingram is trade bait. Why?
I believe he will be.
Why?
Zion factor.
I believe that they're going to hand the keys of that team to Zion, and Brandon Ingram is going to become very disgruntled about it
Okay.
by trade deadline.
So I have Brandon Ingram on my fantasy team, and I think I took him in place of Mikhail, to be honest. So
Because
that's
Boyd beat
interesting.
me to
He'll
Mikal.
break my rule if he gets traded to us, but I won't be upset about it.
nor should you. He will slot straight in front of Cam Johnson, who is not a starting four. I don't care what Boyd says. And
Mate,
he'll
I have
be
to
that
say,
back
I
that he
agree.
got?
Brandon Ingram at the starting four, definitely ahead of Cam, for sure.
without question. Speaking about Cam, though, what the fuck is going on with Cam Johnson's extension?
Hey,
Well-
boys, Cam Johnson, the longer we're leaving this, the more his value's going up with all these ludicrous deals getting handed
Is
out.
it though? He's basically street clothes light.
No, he's not. He hasn't had any major.
Whoa,
He's had a-
whoa.
He's had a fucking quad injury.
Pump the
and he's
hate
had
brakes,
a
homie.
disc sprain. He hasn't had anything major. He's not fucking street clothes Davis. He's not. He's nothing like that, man. Here's a little niggles. They're nothing.
We'll see. We'll see
Career
this year,
one.
huh?
We're good. We're good. But yeah, look,
Yeah,
he's,
I'm a little
Wow.
concerned.
Thought I was a controversial.
I'm really concerned about this because we all blame Sava for what happened to DA, but if Sava's not involved and we wait and test Cam on the market, I don't like what that does for our, like, lack of a better rephrase, Juju.
Love the juju.
Do you guys think he gets extended before extensions cut off?
Hell yes.
I fucking hope so. I absolutely hope so. And well, let's talk about what he's worth. Let's talk dollars.
So two of you
Like,
say yes, but Boyd, you don't actually believe they will, do you?
no. I don't think they will. I think I still think the same thing. I would love if we did. Don't get me wrong. I would love if we did. I'd love to lock him up, and I've said that deal would look amazing when that new TV money comes through. But the longer that we're leaving it, it's inching up closer and closer into the 20s, I believe. Ultimately, we wanted him for mid-teens, right? And it's becoming more of a pipe dream the longer that we've left it. And if we do, look, we can't include him in a part of a trade package if we do sign this extension with him. Or does that cool down period wear off by trade deadline? I don't think so.
Yeah, still December.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can't look. So that's why I think that we keep the ball in our court. We keep the upper hand in restricted free agency, and it could be a little bit tumultuous, a little bit turbulent when he doesn't feel respected. But I think he gets on with it. And
So
I think,
Boyd,
yeah, I think it's trade deadline.
give me the list of guys that have just signed extensions.
We got Jordan Poole for 130, 140 million. That's 35 million a year around about. We've got Andrew Wiggins has managed to get another fucking massive contract. He's
that's
over
fucking
100
beyond me, that one.
He's
Man,
over
he's like that
100
frat boy that just talks every girl into coming up to his room, eh? I don't know how the hell he does it.
He got more money than Macau. Wiggins did.
He
Fucking
must have a massive fucking dick.
K-pop all-star Wiggins got more than Bridges. You fucking kidding me? And now we all know Tyler Hero. He got a fucking bag as well. A sixth man. Fucking Booker Light wannabe. Man, look.
He wishes he was Booker Light.
It's
No, he's Booker Light.
So now what are we looking at? We're looking at what is it going to cost us. So
Cam
if
Johnson-
we do an
It's going
extension now, yeah, but if we do an extension now, before the extra money comes through, before that shit, we get it done now on current market. So Grant Williams with the Celtics, that's still trying to be done. He's looking, or it looks like he's going to land around that 15 mil mark, and they still have 15 mil being a starting position. So if
No,
Cam
we're
starts for us,
No, we're looking at
You-
90 to 99 million over 4 years from this point
so,
on.
so you're talking right up there, 20.
Yeah,
What did McHale end up on? That was the 15, around that 13 to 15, wasn't it?
He won't.
No.
He won't get more than McCall. He won't.
He should.
So what was the
Can't try,
McHale contract?
4 year, 85 million.
He should.
4 year 85. Right.
He
4 year,
shouldn't, but-
85. First year's around 19. I think that's a solid starting point for a youngster, technically. You know, he's only, 2-3 years out of draft, so we're not going to throw everything at him just yet. But, I mean, that's a solid paycheck for a kid like that.
Guys,
I think
He's not getting more than McCall.
He shouldn't get more than Macau, but the landscape has changed.
He shouldn't, doesn't mean he would.
Our eyes.
doesn't
And that's
mean he
where
wouldn't.
this whole argument started here because of the timeline that we think it's going to be done on, right? And you think waiting is the right move when waiting is only going to allow all the extra money, extra salary cap, and everything in the future to take place. You can't get him cheap if you don't get him now.
That's true.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
I feel like if they were going to give Cam an extension, they would have already done it.
We should have already
Yeah,
done it.
well, they should have. But
Personally.
yeah.
If only Saul
right.
was still on it, we could ask him a question.
Guys, have you all got pen and paper? Because
What are you
here
gonna do
comes,
to make people come this
here
time,
comes everybody's favorite segment.
Oh, don't do this shit again. We've run out of sons.
And Cameron Johnson will be on this in a couple of years because everyone will forget him after he signs a free agency deal somewhere else. Everyone got a pen and paper? You ready? Here we go. Hey, by the way, before I do press play, I've got some familiar faces in here. So I'm trying to look after you guys. I'm trying to
Ryan
look after
McDonough.
Thanks,
you.
mate.
Ready? Here we go. How'd we go?
Fucking terrible, like usual.
Oh,
Do you
Was
want
there
it
any-
again?
oh, that's the first one and the last one of like.
Do
I
you
know,
want
I
it
know, I
again?
know, but everyone
offer.
wants it again.
All right, let's go again.
Oh fuck!
I even gave it extra time this time around.
All right, fuck it.
All right, I'm ready.
Who was number one? Hammer.
I recognise the number. No, I can't. Said Archie Goodwin the other week.
No.
I know it's not him.
Hey,
So
No,
was it Tristan Thompson?
Boyd.
originally I was thinking Davon Reed, but it's actually Etwan Moore, isn't it?
Boyd is correct. It is Etwan Moore.
Knew I
Who
knew
was
the
number two? Hammer.
Man, I don't think it was, but goddamn, it looked like Pat Riley.
Nate.
I thought it was a Westfall. But probably not possible, but
Boyd.
For some reason, Brikowski came to my mind, but I don't know if he played for the Suns. So
For the first time in Aussie Suns fans pod history, Nate, Hammer, you are correct. It was Pat
Oh, you're joking.
Riley,
Wow.
the greatest back office manager in NBA history. It was Pat Riley. Who was number three, Hammer?
I'm going to really upstep me mark here if I
You
get
gotta
this
get
right.
that.
I think it was Seth Curry. Who's the brother? Yeah,
Yep.
Seth Curry.
Nate,
yep, it was. Yeah, it was Seth.
Boyd.
it certainly was, yes.
It was Seth Curry. 2 out of 2, Hammer. And the last one, Hammer.
Not a chance. It was terrible, man. But I don't know. It looked like a really, really shitty like doppelganger of KJ. But I know it's not.
Nate.
I was looking at it and I can't think of the name, and I'm just thinking, did that fucker play for Dallas at some point? And
Yes,
that's
he
all I
did.
got. That's as far as I got. Yeah, he did? Yeah, that's what I
Boy.
got. I'm like, fuck.
It was Michael Finley.
It was Michael Finley.
There it is.
It
There it is.
absolutely
Who the
was
fucking
Michael
thing?
Finley.
Dallas. I just fucking played for Dallas.
He did play for Dallas. Probably
Yeah.
actually played most of his best basketball at Dallas too, to be honest. But I was a huge fan of Michael Finley at Phoenix, and I was shattered when he left. Lads, do you have anyone you want to have a beer with or a flog of the week?
Yes, I have both. Somewhere.
Well,
I don't think I could talk about my
if you
flog
do,
Yeah, I can.
live, but
Yep.
Nate,
Oh,
Would kill everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Nate, feel free to tell us anything. Who do you want to have a
let's
beer
leave
with?
with the flog. Oh, no, you want to leave with the beer?
Oh.
All right. The entire Ball family. So you've got Leangelo just got waived from his brother's team. Lonzo's injured and can't start with his team. And then LaMelo's gone all the way up to top 12 fantasy league. in
And
the
also
first round
injured.
draft.
And also,
He's also injured.
Yeah.
So I'd like to sit down and just hear what the fuck is going on in that family. If they're having a little family meeting and Papa Balls playing the Triple B soundtrack in the lounge room.
Papa
I just want to sit there with a beer and go, oh my God.
Do you want to know what? It's hilarious because everybody, like, well, we all know Lamar Ball and all his carry on and blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever
Wow.
hears from the holiday parents. They've got 3 kids in the fucking NBA as well.
So
yes,
what do you reckon the Plumleys are doing? Who
about the
cares?
same as the Morai.
Who cares? Boyd, anything
Mate,
to
I want to have a beer with someone that was only with us for a short time, young Saban Lee. He just seemed like a ball of energy out there, and then he gets
Arizona native, lives in Arizona. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to chop it up with Saban and just say, man, how was that? Could be the last time he sees an NBA court. Probably, yeah. I like to think that it's not, but yeah, I'd like to have a beer with Saban.
It will be.
I like-
Yep.
I like Saban.
Hammer, anything to add?
Look, this one I'm gonna reach out to one of our associates. I'd really like to have a beer with Voider.
Oh,
He always seems
Johnny.
to have the most interesting kind of drinks every time they're doing the cast, man. I know
He does.
does what he does for work and whatnot, but yeah, no, definitely he's a fun guy, man. I reckon we'd hit it off, and seems like he knows his drinks. So yeah, I'd have a beer with him or whatever he is drinking at the time.
I'm going to have a beer with Ash this week, only because I am stealing Jockadale Dundee. And the more he spells it with 2 L's, the more I'm going to take ownership of it.
I don't think you have right to pick up any slang in love of Jock. You are the
No,
Jock hater.
I'm just taking
You
it.
should sit
No,
in the background. and
Boyd,
shut the fuck up.
Boyd is the jock hater.
Oh, you flipped that script pretty
That's
quick.
unfair. That's unfair.
Mr. Captain.
He's Nate,
Oh,
you said you had a flog. Let's go.
total flog. Total fucking flog. Russell fucking Westbrook. Like, how many times do you want to make a shit meme in 1 week? This
Oh,
guy
that's up there,
cannot
right?
keep out of people's memes. He says, I really can shoot, you know. That was today's meme. What was it yesterday? It's like, oh, no, it's a restructure. I'm not on the bench. It's just a restructure. This guy.
And then did his
What a-
hammy.
I laugh so much.
Do you
every
reckon he's
time I
legit
see him
hurt
pop
though?
up.
No,
his
I don't.
feelings, yeah. His feelings are legit.
His
hurt.
feelings, yes.
His
yes.
heartledge muscles busted.
Yeah.
Done a puff of out.
Westbrook
Boyd-
off the bench is a restructure.
Boyd, any flog outside of yourself?
Mate, yeah, look, a couple of the podcasts I've been listening to, the national guys, we got Bill Simmons and I think it was Zach Lowe jumped on and rubbished the Suns, and you got fucking Kevin O'Connor and fucking Chris Vernon, I think it is, rubbishing us. Just fucking like, and they're having a fucking like a real joke about it, and it feels so fucking 5 years ago, guys.
Why do you take that shit personally? Who gives a fuck what they say? They'll look like idiots at the end of the year.
It's Bill Simmons.
I've got to take something personally.
That's probably true.
I've got to get fuel.
The MJ mentality, right?
Yeah,
I was,
yeah. So,
I was-
Hey, mate.
I was on the fence with this one, man. I really was. I didn't know who to hate in this situation, but I'm going to put it down to the referees. The Draymond Green ejection on Brandon Clark. It was a silly foul. I don't think it needed to be flagrant 2 plus an ejection. I know he's kind of on the radar of the referees and the whole NBA at the moment. But still, I thought there was that. And then the way that he carried on, like, fuck me, man. Seriously, grow the fuck up. Go to Minnesota or somewhere where you're not going to be able to party. You know, Milwaukee. I don't think they have nightclubs in Milwaukee. So, yeah. Half referees, half Draymond
The
Green.
ref or Draymond?
Both. No, fuck it. Draymond. You're a tool.
Because I would absolutely every day of the week take Draymond Green in Phoenix every day of the week. But
I mean,
What, playing
we've
for
got
the
to know,
Mercury
dude.
or coaching them or?
my flog of the week is Kevin Porter Jr., who, when interviewed and was asked how are you going to compete with the best sides in the West, basically said every time they come down the floor, we're just going to steal the ball and then score on fast breaks.
I mean,
Kevin.
he's a smart kid.
Kevin,
I mean,
Kevin, it's not the way the NBA works, Kevin.
Kev.
Come on.
Kev. Hey, set up.
Wake up to yourself, Kev.
Wake the fuck
I'm
up.
excited.
mate.
All right, lads, been great. Obviously, the episode leading into the season, it went a bit long, but we had a ball, yeah? So why not?
Fucking A.
Hamo, last comments.
Love yous all. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Everyone getting involved in the chat. Make sure you do everything that we need you to do to help us continue to put this message out to you guys and help give you a bit of that Aussie flavour. Gav's going to tell you how to do that later. But yeah, just thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all.
Boyd,
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening as always, guys. And sorry, I've had a bit of a meltdown here, and I've got the young fella being a bit upset. But yeah, no, it's always good catching up, guys, and looking forward to a good season.
Nate,
I'm going to go a bit different this week. As you all know, I recently actually got active on Twitter because of the F1 here in Singapore, and I needed Twitter to figure out when the race was on because of the fucking rain. So Twitter actually proved useful, and I now follow a couple more things, and I'm getting actual useful shit come through Twitter that I don't just swipe off. So feel free to add me in some shit and send me some information that maybe I'm not catching, and we'll see who I end up blocking.
nice. Probably Boyd, because everybody wants to block Boyd. Follow, like, subscribe, all that sort of shit. Saw was on here before. Like and subscribe, guys, because
Yeah, man.
we need 1,000
DX plus us.
we need 1,000 subscribers so that we can get the cashy thing where you guys can give us money and I can pay
Oh,
for
that'd be nice.
I can pay for all the shit that I'm currently paying for to make sure that we can do this pod. So all you have to do is click subscribe. It's not that hard. Click like,
Help
comment,
us help
do all
you.
that sort of shit. Help us help you. But we love you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening in. Thank you to everybody for jumping in the chat and enjoying the night. And Paul, we will have you on. I'm talking to your people. I swear to God, I'm talking to you people.
There's a whole thing
see.
going on. There's
We'll see.
correspondence,
Absolutely.
time difference.
And we'll see you next week.